Hello, tonight our video is on adding fractions. In order to add fractions, we must have a common denominator, ideally the least common. Looking at these two fractions, the least common denominator would be 40. So we multiply the first fraction by 5 and by 5, and the second fraction by 4 and by 4 to make equivalent fractions. The equivalent fraction for 3/8 would be 15 over 40. The equivalent fraction for 9/10 is 36 over 40. Once we have the denominators the same, we add the numerators. Leave that denominator alone. 15 plus 36 equals 51, and this cannot be reduced, so we can just leave our answer as an improper fraction, 51/40. Here's our next example. This time our common denominator will be 21, so I'll multiply the first fraction by 3 and by 3, the second by 7 and by 7. The equivalent fractions will be negative 18 over 21 and 7 over 21. Leave that denominator alone. Now let's add the numerators. Now be careful, this first fraction is negative, so the numerator is negative 18. The numerator of the second fraction is a positive 7. Since those signs are different, subtract them. 18 minus 7 is 11. Then keep the sign of the larger number or the bigger number. That would be the negative 18. So our answer is negative 11/21. All right, here we have two mixed numbers. Change them to a fraction and add them. Pause your video, work it out, then restart your video to check your answer. Welcome back from pausing the video. The first fraction, I'm going to choose to change that to an improper fraction. You don't have to do it this way, but I'm going to change it to 15/4. The second fraction I'll also change to improper fraction. That would be 5 over 2. Getting a common denominator, 4 would be my least common denominator, so let's leave that first fraction the way it is, and we'll change 5 over 2 to 10 over 4. Now that we have 4 as the denominator, let's add the numerators. 10 plus 15 equals 25. So this is 25/4. And you can leave your answer like that. You don't have to rewrite it as a mixed number. If you did, it'd be 6 1/4, and it wouldn't be wrong. But most of the time, we'll just leave our improper fractions alone. The only thing we would look to do would be try to reduce them if we could. But this one won't reduce. So how'd you do? Okay, let's try another one. All right, here we have two negative mixed numbers. Pause your video, add these together, then start your video to check your answer. Welcome back from pausing the video. I'm going to change negative 5 2/3 to negative 17/3. 5 times 3 plus 2. I'll change negative 4 1/2 to negative 9/2. Common denominator that we need to get is 6. So multiply the first fraction by 2 and by 2, the second by 3 and by 3. The equivalent fractions we get are negative 34/6 and negative 27/6. Now let's add them together. Negative 34 plus negative 27 for the numerators, same sign, add and keep. So that's negative 61. So this is negative 61/6. And again, you can leave this the way it is. If you wrote it as a mixed number again, it'd be negative 10 1/6. But let's just get used to leaving our improper fractions alone. So how'd you do? Okay, that's all for now. Remember, read some books.